61% shooting they hit in the second half. What did you need to, what was behind that? What do you think you needed more of to really kind of get contain them?
It's Golden and Wolf at the rim. I mean, they go, Golden went 7 for 9, and Wolf goes 4 for 6. So, yeah, I mean, it's at the rim. We didn't do a good job of handling that. We still end up with them under a point per possession. So they have 67 points on 70 possessions. So even with that, we were able to negate most of their threes and make them have to go to twos. And that's the first time all year they've done that. And they did a good job of that, of taking advantage of that. Golden's a load. And they did a good job of putting those two guys in the middle of the floor and playing off of it. And Wolf's a terrific passer. I would say, 5 assists, 1 turnover. So, but obviously foul trouble of Steve played into that too, because we don't have as good a matchup for Golden because of the size and the weight and the experience. So that was the biggest. I mean, they shoot 61 because there's Golden had probably of those 7. 5 were dunks, 6 were dunks, 1 jump hook. So that was pretty simple analysis there, Mark.
Michael?
You were able to force some misses underneath when you stayed in front of them, but...
What's that?
You were able to force some misses when you stayed in front of them underneath, but what was causing Steven Nolan to get lost in the pick and roll a few times?
When they did the big pick and roll, we didn't get under and jam the roller well enough. Wolf hit the 1-3 in the second half. But in order to keep the ball in front of us and keep, they do a really good job of, like I said, with 7 feet to 7 feet, and you got a 7-footer that can handle the ball and throw it over the top, you have to prevent the roll coming downhill. And I didn't think we did. Times we didn't do that. We didn't get under and stand the roller up. And then there were other times where he just caught it and was able to bury us right underneath the rim. So. And it's the other 3 guys too, specific on the backside as the ball's going away from them, of getting more help in. And I'll have to look through the film and see, where we could have squeezed more off the other 3 guys. But primarily that's knowing that they're going to do that a lot because of the ability of Wolf to find Golden and the size of Golden. Just we got to disrupt the ability for him to roll so deep.
Good at the end, Coach.
Coach, Dusty mentioned you guys, or their defense kind of does pretty well in the assist to basket ratio and limiting, assists, especially when you guys are able to score. What did you kind of see from that, especially since you guys have been a pretty good passing team all year long?
Well, you get an assist when you make a basket, right? So when you shoot 6 for 27, and I think the starters were 4 for 20 from 3, that's going to be, you're not getting an assist when you don't put the ball in the basket. We need to knock down some threes so we can spread the floor a little bit more. And when we can spread the floor a little bit more, we can attack gaps, and that allows us to get to the free throw line more. So, the inability to knock down some threes, I thought we had good looks. I don't think they were all great, but, typically we're going to shoot 25 to 30 a game, and you've got to obviously hit at a clip that's better than 6 for 27.
Jim?
What did you think of the possessions down the stretch? Offensively, I guess more so than.
Yeah, I thought we forced one. We had some other stuff called, and we took a 3 that I wouldn't have liked to have taken, or should have taken it back. There we were playing the free throw game. I thought we executed out of the one timeout. Klesma got a really good look late there to tie it. In terms of Winter missing the free throw, we had just ironically practiced that yesterday, of making the first, missing the second to be down 3. It was ironically 3 seconds I put on the clock yesterday. I don't know why that came to my mind yesterday to do that and work on it, and we executed it really well. Obviously, we didn't make the first free throw, so. But each possession I'll go through and evaluate, Jim. But I thought the wedge screen we ran with Blackwell and Klesman, they both went with Blackwell. We got the throwback to Klesman, which, it was with 22 seconds left. So we were going to play for a 2 there because we had enough time. And they both went with Blackwell and simple throwback. And, Max has made those shots before. He's in a slump right now. We got to help him get out of it. But Once before that, the one off the backboard, Klesman, it's not what we wanted at that point in time, but I thought he made a good one to go up. Was it 2.5 minutes to go? He drove and made a play in the paint. I think that was one of his field goals in the second half. So I'll have to look at the film, Jim, to give an exact play by play. But the 22-second one, when we came down, I thought we ran that and got as good a look as you're going to get. If we couldn't, they shut us off going to the rim.
We'll do 3 more questions, one in the back, and then Michael, then Ben. Please.
Yeah, so Blackwell led your team in rebounding, 9 rebounds. Can you just talk about how big he was in securing those extra possessions?
Yeah, he was huge. I mean, he carried us there for a while in the second half. His ability to gobble up offensive rebounds and finish in there. And obviously played a lot of minutes, and I thought we needed him on the floor. Obviously he did a lot of good things there in the second half.
Michael?
How has Max been working through his struggles?
Just keep shooting, right? You got to keep shooting. Work on it. You can't be hesitant. You can't be gun shy. You keep working stuff in practice, getting extra shots. Just got to work your way out of it.
One more, then you're good, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. Jim?
You expecting a lot of games like this in this league, the way
Yeah,
looks?
I mean, it is. I think there's there's a lot of parity. I think you're gonna have games where, for us tonight, this is probably the worst we've shot it from 3. We were 6 for 20 against Pitt, I believe, but we hit some timely ones down the stretch of that game. So it's. I would expect. I saw the Northwestern Iowa score was a 1-point game. I would, just because there's so much the transient nature of the rosters. People moving around. You don't know exactly who's on what roster, and I think it just creates the balance. And then you've got the 4 new schools that I think that'll be interesting to see how teams that travel out there, how they do, and what those games look like. But I think there's a lot of parity across the league. I don't know if there's a dominant team. I haven't seen them all exclusively, but there's a lot of really good teams. But we're 1/20th into this thing, so we've got a long ways to go.